Hello, this is Peggy Healy Stearns, lead designer for Fab at School Maker Studio. Fab at School Maker Studio includes easy-to-use math tools that help you measure, align, arrange, and transform objects. Let's look at the math tools found here in the lower left: the grid, the ruler, and the protractor. First, I'm going to bring out a couple objects so we have something to play with here. Let's bring out the trapezoid, and I will just bring out a square. Now let's click on the ruler to open the manipulative ruler. You can drag the ruler by grabbing it at the bottom, and you'll notice that the 0 point will snap to any vertex. You can rotate the ruler by grabbing it at either end near the top, and that allows you to measure at an angle. You can actually lengthen and shorten the ruler by grabbing it at the end. You can determine the scale for the ruler in settings, so you can use inches or centimeters. Now let's click the ruler again. That brings out the extended ruler, and if I click the ruler one more time, it puts it away. I'm going to click the protractor button right here to bring out the 180-degree protractor. I can grab the protractor at the bottom to drag it, and the 0 point or center point of the protractor will snap to any vertex. I can drag the hash marks here on the outer edge to grow or shrink the protractor. This actually makes it kind of fun for kids to play with a protractor. And I can grab it between the degrees and the center point to rotate it. I can therefore measure degrees. So for instance, this angle here in the lower left is actually 60 degrees. Let's click the protractor again. That brings out the 360-degree protractor, and I can grab that in the center to drag it around and snap it to a vertex. I can even draw lines with the protractor. So if I take this handle here, I can drag it to whatever angle I want. Maybe I want the 60-degree angle here, or maybe I want 90 degrees. And I can drag it there. I can drag this handle in and out. And when I double click on the handle, I have drawn a ray from the center point to that point. If I click the protractor again, I can put it away, and you can see that that line I created is right there. I'm going to select that and delete it now. You can actually use the settings to customize the protractor as well. Now let's look at the grid. You can set the scale for the grid in settings. We'll look at that in a minute. And you can use the grid to align objects. In fact, you can snap objects to the grid if you set that up in settings. Grid also gives you a way to estimate the size of objects, especially if I take the grid and put it in the front here. Let's look at the settings. I've mentioned them several times. You can change measurement units from inches to centimeters, and you can select the grid size. You can also decide how you want the protractor to appear, and you can choose Snap to Grid if you want objects to snap to your grid. So now you'll see that if I take this object, it's going to automatically snap to the grid. Now, FabMaker Studio also includes math tools in the Properties panel up here. Very cool ways to more precisely align and set dimensions and to transform objects. So explore that panel and look for another tutorial coming soon.